to hmm, there we go. There's that right there. Let me get everything set back up here, guys. All right. I think that we're up and running right now. We'll see how long that lasts. I don't know what happened with the other stream. Camera was showing us still going live. Computer was buffering. Internet was really strong, so no clue why it did that. But we'll see if it happens again on this one. Just to be on the safe side, do not message me on Messenger. I do believe that that was the issue. Ian messaged me, and the second that he did, this thing started buffering. So, no clue what it does to the camera, but Messenger does come through on it as well, and it stays on the screen. So, oh, yeah, we got a couple more in here. Yeah, I have no clue what happened to the other live. It just started buffering, and it's out of my control. So, but yeah, as I was saying in the other stream at the beginning, I will be going down to Central Indiana um, for Thanksgiving. I will not be with the wife and daughter and her family, her side of the family. Um, there are just too many lost years for me and my sister to hang out. Not near as much time in the future as there is in the past with mom and dad. I think it's a great idea, and I frankly can't wait. There's Mr. Holton. Why don't you try talking to them before spring? That way you have time to prepare. Um, I mean, I could. I can throw a decent event together, much like I did my very first year here, right over here at the log cabin. I threw that event together in about 4 months. I had advertising everywhere for it. Had people come down from clear up by Mackinac Island. So Black Watch at that. Those pretty blue and green kilts and bright red, easy to see in the woods British coats. I mean, I could do it. Not that, or do it. I mean, I could get a hold of them before then. I could wait till spring. It's not really going to um, cause a big thing. I can be very convincing. Last pack of cigars. Something else I have to stock up on before I leave in a week and 2 days. They don't sell my cigars anywhere down there. And pretty much that's all my sister and her boyfriend or her husband and my mom and dad and the whole family down there does is they sit out in the garage, which has been turned into a giant family room, and they smoke and talk and drink. So, yay. Good morning, Clark. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Got a little bit of rest, after Friday and Saturday, and then coming home and taking care of things Saturday night, and then taking care of the wife yesterday, and hope you got a little bit of rest last night. I thought about looking for new group to join. Thought about me too. I'm convinced myself. I can't see what that says. I'm saying, oh, yeah, I'm actually looking for some new things to do through the summer. Mark is so big into his Vietnam era thing. Um, I do not have the income anymore. I didn't have it before, but now it's even worse, being forcibly retired and going on disability to go out and buy a complete Vietnam kit. I'm really working hard on building the Viking kit and doing more early reenacting Viking encampments, Scottish encampments, maybe going as high as the Revolution, but definitely doing like Scottish games, French and Indian War, Revolutionary War, um, Viking, a lot of Viking. I might have to travel to Canada for a few of them, but I'm hoping and praying that once January rolls around, I get this insurance, I can get my eye or eyes fixed, and I can start driving again. Woohoo! Hoping and praying the wife don't throw a fit when I'm out looking for another vehicle. 1800s is the only time era I have the gear for. Quite honestly, I know where you got a lot of your gear, and um, you could do 1700s too with some of your gear, uh, because well, we did. So Danny, how was Comic Con while you were there? Before you had to come home. Did you meet any big name celebrities or anything like that? I guess there was a big Comic Con over in England over the weekend. and I've seen some of the pictures and video clips and stuff that people have put on Facebook and stuff, or on YouTube from over there. I've not seen anything out of Grand Rapids yet, um, but I know there was quite a few big name celebrities over at the one there in England. Um, Lady C, good morning, dear. Same old. Met Billy Zane and the actor who played the original goth captain from Gorn, captain from Star Trek. Well, that's not bad. I mean, that's something. Um, Billy Zane. Billy Zane. I've had one experience with Billy Zane, and I'm sorry to say it probably wasn't a good one. Um, he was at the um, Terracon or whatever it was in Fort Wayne here a few years ago when I went down, and it wasn't drawing like a huge crowd. I mean, there was a couple thousand people there, but there was an event going on down in Indianapolis. Like I think it was like the Indianapolis Comic Con or something like that, and he was on his phone while he was in Fort Wayne. He was texting friends of his and stuff like that, and they were saying there was tens of thousands of people in Indianapolis, and I would say probably 11:30 or 12 o'clock noon on Saturday, Billy packed up and took off with his manager and stuff and went to Indianapolis. Just left Fort Wayne. And then, of course, we had the big run in with Lita Ford and her manager. He wouldn't even let you take a picture of her sitting at the table without paying for it. If you've seen her up walking around, going to get something to drink or something, he was right there with her and wouldn't let her talk to fans, wouldn't let her. And I was even wearing a press pass at the time, and he he was just all about making the money. Probably because he gets a cut of everything that she does. So if she didn't charge for something, he didn't make any money off of it. But he was, yeah, loved Lita, didn't like this guy at all. Oh, let me see here. Thought about me too. Da, da, da. Yeah, I suppose I could. Let's see. Same old, same old. How am I? I am doing all right. Um, just lost my job, not making pizzas anymore. Well, lost it on the second. Not making pizzas anymore. Of course, they didn't come out and directly say it was because of my loss of eyesight. They were very careful there, very professional about it. They said that the issues that were going on could be related to my loss of eyesight, but there's just no way to tell. So yeah, filed for disability, and now it's the waiting game. It is the waiting game. Of course, disability wants wants me to get copies of my W-2s um, from my jobs during the last 9 years. One place was owned by one Eastern Indian fella who sold it to a group of Eastern Indian fellas, and then they closed the place down, and another group um, bought it up and changed the name and changed the style. It's not a bar anymore. It's an Indian restaurant. So I have no way to track down anybody to get W-2s from that job. It's going to be a little bit of an issue. And it's not W-2 time yet for my most recent job. So that's going to be. But other than that, everything's going well. Um, it was busy as always. Go where the money is. A lot of them are like that. No image for free. Yeah, I know, and it was a huge pain because I guess he just wasn't getting the attention that he wanted. Of course, Danny Trejo was there. That was awesome. I mean, you want to talk about somebody who's down to earth. I love me some Danny Trejo, and he would be coming outside, you know, smoking with everybody, chatting it up. Him and his wife, beautiful, beautiful couple, funny as could be. He'd strike up a conversation with you, and we get done smoking. He walks back in the building with you, walks into the demonstration room with you. He's got his arm around your shoulder, whatever. You get back to the table. He shakes your hand or he gives you a hug. Um, Great dude, great dude. Not that big Billy Badass that he portrays in his films and stuff like that. Very friendly, very funny, super dude. Met some of the cast of Destination X. Met some of the cast of Ghost Hunters International. Uh, Amazing, amazing group of people. It's just a shame that that event took a big poop and won't be coming back. They didn't make near the money that they spent, and a lot of uh, a lot of the dealers and the stars didn't even see any money. So, needless to say, the organizers got sued like crazy, and they just kind of decided not to do it anymore. So, but in my opinion, great event. Um, blah, 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 blah. Just let them know that, and they will work with you, especially if you have to get a disability lawyer. Oh, I already got a disability lawyer. I already got a disability lawyer. So, yeah, that's not going to be an issue. Yeah, Danny is a cool dude. I would actually, I the one thing I regret is pulling out of there so fast on Saturday evening after the show, because Danny and I had already talked about exchanging contact information and stuff like that. Because he's all about making friends, and I pulled out, or the people I were with pulled out too fast, and I didn't get a chance to get back over to his table and exchange that contact information. So, um, I'm just not so excited anymore about con, but I'm responsible for my Ghostbuster booth. Yeah, see, I've never done like a big con. I've done that one in Fort Wayne, and that's really the only con I've ever done. I've never had the chance to go and experience a big Comic Con. Um, that there was just strictly, it wasn't a Comic Con. It was a ghost hunting, scary movie, gothy kind of thing. It wasn't really a Comic Con. I'd love to go to a Comic Con. Then again, I'd like to do the big paranormal con up in at the Soaring Eagle Casino in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. I think this was the fourth or fifth year for it, and I was actually invited up either a year or two ago, and didn't have a way. Um, I was invited up to set up, and yeah, I didn't have a way to get up there or anything. So, say lovey. Um, gotta go. Everyone have a blessed day. You too, Danny. Take care of yourself, bud, and get some rest. And get to be our age. Even a semi-busy weekend still tuckers you out, especially when you got to do a lot of driving and stuff, or a lot of riding and looking at trees. Get some rest, and I'll holler at you later. So, so how was everybody else's week? Y'all done heard about all of our adventures and stuff. How was your week? How's your weather down in Texas, Lady C? You hit the 60s yet, or are you still sticking up there in the 70s and stuff? See, that was the one thing I loved and hated about living in Texas. You could still wear shorts and a t-shirt in December, but nowhere down in my area was there any snow. And to me, snow makes the Christmas holidays. Even if it's just a dusting on the ground, just enough to cover the grass and the leaves, that makes a Christmas holiday for me. So, though I could enjoy the t shirt and shorts and a 65-degree winter, I couldn't necessarily enjoy the not snow thing. If you guys will excuse me, though, I do have to make a run to the outhouse. It's been, yeah, almost an hour. So I will be back. Just talks real nice amongst yourselves for a minute. I'll be back. Love that thing. Oh, can't forget to call Walmart when I'm done here. Little animals are about to starve to death around here. We ran out of cat food on Thursday, Thursday night when we fed them, and went out to both of our stores that carry the one kind of food that the vet wants Mr. Ralphie on because of the hairball control and stuff like that, and his allergies. Both stores were sold out of it. They didn't even have the little tiny bags of it. And so she got online and ordered 2 bags from Walmart, and they were supposed to be here Saturday, and they still haven't arrived. According to her phone, they're still processing the order, even though they told us when she ordered it would be here by 10 o'clock Saturday night. But then when she got on Sunday morning, it said not processing. The order was still waiting to be picked up. Still waiting to be picked up for delivery. So, I got to call them today and become a Karen all over them about letting our kitties sit here and go without the food that their vet wants them on. They've been eating, cans of 9 Lives, and Ralph does not like wet cat food. He is a dry food kitty all the way. After it sits there for an hour and Junior eats off of it for a bit, Ralph will finally go out and eat it, but it's a complete last resort kind of thing. I haven't seen Tony yet. There has been no Tony in either one of the streams this morning. I hope he's okay. Everybody's too damn quiet this morning. I like it when y'all's talkative. Giving me stuff to talk about. Wish I could see see the controls on this computer enough that I could brighten the screen up a bit. That's why I have to keep leaning in, because I can't see what y'all are writing. The only way that I know that a new comment pops up is because it pops up here. Then I get to look down and try to read it. Hopefully, here very shortly, I will be able to start getting the uh, the interviews, the live interviews, going on the other channel. Um, just don't forget, guys. I can't stress this enough. Um, I explained it at the beginning of the other live stream before we had to restart. Views are great if you're monetized, which I'm not. You know, views are great, but the videos and the live streams that you release, um, it's important that there's interaction, not just some people watching it, but people clicking the thumbs up or the thumbs down, people leaving comments, um, sharing it out, stuff like that. Um, because the more interaction there is in the first 2 hours, on the second 2 hours, the computers will send it out to more people. And the next 2 hours, they send it out to more people. And it takes a little over 12 hours, like 13 or 14 hours, of them sharing it out based off of that interaction, that initial interaction, to get your video displayed on the platform for everyone to see. So yeah, it's definitely important to have that interaction. That is what's gonna get our videos and our live streams displayed to more and more and more people over half a day period. So definitely for for us, and that'll get us more views. That'll get us a wider audience, more subscribers, etc., etc. Man, oh man, them numbers are going up and down today. We had uh, we had a little over 10 um, in the original live stream, and it dropped down to 7, then dropped down to 5, then dropped down to 4, and then we had to stop that live stream and start this one, and we were up to 7, and now we're down to 2. So I think in the near future, I'm going to attempt collaborating live streams and with other people. You can do that now on the platform. Have more than one host on a live stream, just to hang out, just to get a little change up, a little something different. Um, Hell, who knows? I might get the future music legend, Mr. Holton, uh, on here to do live music. I might get Sarah to come on and do, health and beauty, get ready with me in the morning kind of thing. I might get Tony up here to talk about all that ornery stuff that he does. I'm wanting to get the live interviews going over on the other channel, you know, and get that growing. Because right now we're at, I think, 76 subscribers over there. I think some live interviews will kick it up a bit. Y'all want to be quiet? I can be quiet too. No, I can't. Y'all know I can't shut my mouth long enough to be quiet. "9:07. We have still got 53 minutes left, Joe. We need to do something." Like I said, I'm committing most of my time right now to building my Viking kit and building it properly. Of course, you know, I've got the whole outfit. I've got the helm. I've even gone as far as doing some trading with a friend of mine and picking up a sax. Of course, you know, the sax actually hangs like this, so it can be drawn and swung. Now, this is considered a large sax. It is, the sax is actually a smaller knife that is carried by a Viking. The long sax, um, about 4 times longer than a standard sax. It could actually be considered a Viking sword. Hmm. Nobody's in a talkative mood this morning. Well, that being the case, I'm going to go on and end this stream and get to work on our not Thanksgiving video. That's going to be a good one. So, you guys all take care. Have a wonderful day. And we'll catch y'all later.